Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is another match review for you guys. So, today we look at the debut of arguably one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Definitely one of them up there. A young man by the name of Rocky Maivia, who would later become The Rock. So, he debuted at Survivor Series 1996 in a 4-on-4, and so let's see how his debut turned out. So, first of all, as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer or analyst, just a man who enjoys a good time, which I didn't really have too much of with this match. I know debuts are usually kind of lackluster sometimes, and I know it's not really Rocky Maivia's fault, but this match just was like, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't the worst match I've ever seen in my life. I may review that at some point, but it definitely wasn't the best. It was kind of just unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But at least with Rocky Maivia, they did okay for the most part, except for some stuff that we'll get into. So I'm gonna focus on the match as a whole, but I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time focusing also on Rocky Maivia and what he did for this match. So, excuse me. Starting with what I liked about the match, just the talent in the ring is very very solid. Some legends in the business, some legendary wrestlers. On one side, you have marvelous Mero, Rocky Maivia, the future Rock, who is kind of sort of the subject of this match, but not really because I'm going to review the match as a whole. Then you have Barry Windham, who is referred to as the Stalker here, which I should probably look up the lore behind when it comes to that. And Jake the Snake Roberts, who it looked like was returning on this night. And definitely some legends on that side, more specifically Jake the Snake, The Rock, and Barry Windham, from what I heard, is legendary. Mark Mero, sadly, not as much, but he has gone on to do really great stuff as a motivational speaker and everything, and he's from Buffalo, so give it bonus points for that. Which, by the way, storm raging outside, so if you have to go out to work and everything, hope you're staying safe out there. And if you don't have to go to work, or if you're not leaving the house or going to school or anything like that, I hope you stay inside and cuddle up and stuff like that, and pretty much avoid the cold. We're definitely getting hit with a lot of snow, but on the other side, we have Jerry the King Lawler, Crush, Goldust, and Triple H, aka or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, as he was known. And the legends on that side, Jerry Lawler or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, to an extent, Crush and Goldust, which it's hard to believe Goldust is still wrestling to this day. Not quite as often because I think he just got surgery, if I'm not mistaken, but or I had surgery a little while ago and might be close to returning. Maybe that's it, but yeah. So definitely legends in the ring and everything, and speaking of Rocky Maivia, they're putting over, like, he's being put over huge, and you could tell between not only commentary, which we'll get to, because not only commentary with them talking about how Rocky Maivia is the son of Rocky Johnson and the grandson of High Chief Peter Maivia, and they're putting over how he's this young up-and-comer, with Sunny, who's on commentary, talking about how she sees the future in him, which, wow, she called it. So between him being the sole survivor and actually winning the match, and the fact that he was like last man in, like I said, sole survivor, plus some of the stuff he was doing in this match, overcoming a 2-1 deficit, you can definitely tell, even at this time, they definitely have big plans for this young man. You could tell they definitely want to push him to the moon. And I think this match was a litmus test. Of course, this is his in-ring debut, and he's definitely getting an ovation from the crowd. The crowd is definitely behind him. Sadly, that would wane as Rocky Maivia carried on, but it would of course flip once again to his side once he became The Rock and everything. But you could tell a lot of stuff in place for this young man, Rocky Maivia here. So they want to build him up in a really big way, and the back and forth okay for the most part. It definitely picked up a little bit more towards the end. In terms of what I didn't really like about the match is that, kind of like what I just said, it does start off pretty slow for the most part. Right? And they do tell a bit of a story of not just stuff with Marco Maivia, but also the fact that Triple H, aka Hunter Hearst Helmsley, I might interchange between the two. This is before Hunter Hearst Helmsley became Triple H, part D Generation X and stuff. This was before any of that. They tell the story of Mark Mero trying to go after Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and eventually they do get that time in the ring with one another because Triple H took the Intercontinental Championship from Mark Mero, and when Triple H came out with the Intercontinental Championship with the white strap, I almost got confused for a second because the most recent design for the Intercontinental Championship before the new one we had was the white strap that was reintroduced by Cody Rhodes. But then remember, it was reintroduced. So this design existed before. So kind of like a dumb moment for me. I'm kind of used to them, so there's that. But a lot of it kind of slow for the most part. And it does pick up towards the end, but also a bit slow, honestly. And some of the elimination order, or like Jake Roberts goes down kind of easily. Well, maybe not that easily because the hard punch was Crush's finisher, but it almost seemed kind of easily. Hard to believe that like a punch to the chest was the finisher, was considered a finisher at the time, but then again, so was a DDT, and that's crazy to think about. But the rest of the stuff. I will turn towards Rocky Maivia, some of my problems with him. For starters, that gear and that hair. Thank God he would change up his look. It's way too white meat baby face. Like, you can tell he's like a white meat baby face. That's how they're pushing him here. And thankfully, they didn't stick with that, but that gear, not really the best for young Rocky Maivia. But the first gears usually aren't the best, as we've seen with my wrestling tier list, which I just did one not too long ago for Rey Mysterio, and I did a comic book one for Robin, so go check those out. But also, with Rocky Maivia in this match, like watching him in the ring, you can tell how in the ring he's actually pretty decent, and he does have some fire in him. And he's definitely got the fire, and he has a good amount of charisma just in the ring, just how he handles himself and how he carries himself in the ring. But at the same time, you can tell something's missing. You can tell that something's not quite there. Like, Rocky Maivia, for the most part, hurt okay, but you can tell there's a piece of the puzzle that needs to be there. And thankfully, WWE find the piece of the puzzle later on, and that being have him show even more of his charisma and have him cut his own promos and everything. And of course, The Rock, the master at promos. But yeah, in this match, you can tell something's missing. Something isn't there that needs to be there in order for people to really, really get behind Rocky Maivia. There's people already, like I mentioned, there's people behind him. He gets decent crowd reaction and everything, but something's missing. And when that piece was missing, that's when people turned on him, the Die Rocky Die chants, which, Jesus, that's pretty dark. But once he found that missing piece, which was him turning heel, joining the Nation of Domination, getting to show more of his personality in the ring, that's when it clicked, and that's when The Rock was born. But from humble beginnings, we see this young Rocky kid, and they're building him up big in this one. So the match itself, kind of but the historical significance is really what ties this match together. But thank you all so much for watching. Not the only debut that we'll do this month for Survivor Series. Month in terms of my wrestling reviews, but Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, please do me a favor: like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see it as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on The Rock, and if you've seen this match, your thoughts on my review of the match, and did I do well? Do you think there was stuff I missed? Stuff like that. And again, it's crazy to think seeing Rocky Maivia here and seeing what he would become later on once they found that piece of the puzzle. And be careful out there, of course. Very snowy roads. The storm going on here in Buffalo. Also, just be careful out there, guys. But other than that, see you guys later. Peace.